Now, back to the Larry Kudlow Show.
So let's talk a little bit more about Mr. Trump's tax cut and pro-growth agenda, what I call the potential for a blue-collar boom. But we want that boom to start this coming year, not next year or the year after, not 2026 or 2027. We welcome back to the show dear friend and great supply-sider Grover Norquist, the founder and the president of Americans for Tax Reform. Grover, thank you for this. Your article, Republicans can kiss their House majority goodbye if they delay Trump's tax cuts. And by the way, Grover, I was talking earlier in the show and on the TV show last night, you know, Republicans in the House, you saw how hard it was to just get a small short-term funding bill through. Imagine if you're talking about several reconciliation bills. It's absolutely impossible, and the tax cuts could be buried underneath that. What you think?
No, that's exactly it. It is such a narrow majority that the Republicans have. There are some people that Trump is putting into the cabinet that may be delayed, so maybe we could still hold on to them for a little bit. But if they go in, then it's 3 months before you get their return. You've got 1, 2, 3 vote margin. You need every single Republican. People get sick. People have car accidents. We could lose them permanently to life. Things happen, and we need to move quickly to pass the tax cut. That bill, the reconciliation bill. People need to remember the reconciliation package just needs 51 votes in the Senate, so we can, with 53 senators, pass something very good. And the Democrats can't filibuster reconciliation. But the cost or the limit on a reconciliation package is you can only make spending go up or down and taxes go up and down. You can't change laws. You can't reform welfare. You can cut the amount of money. And so these are very, very important opportunities, and we can build the money for a wall and for border security in the same package as a tax cut. There's no reason to have two vessels. One bus leaves at one day, another bus leaves another day. You can have an argument about what goes into each one. Everybody's going to want to be in the first bus. Nobody's going to want to be in the second bus. That alone will take weeks to work out. And there are pieces of immigration that aren't 100% agreed to.
Right.
So that's going to take some time. And I think we can get the wall and the border security stuff done at the same time that we take the Trump successful pro-growth Trump tax cuts and extend them. We're going to lose expensing, which makes it easier for businesses to create new jobs. That goes away if we don't act soon. And it's not good enough to do it before the year ends. Businessmen make decisions now that take effect in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. The Trump tax cuts in 2017 got delayed almost a full year for all the same things that some people are suggesting. Now let's do it this, we'll do this, trying to put things into the package that couldn't legally be there because they were changing laws. And it didn't get signed until December 22nd, 2017. And the recovery happened the year after Republicans lost control of the House of Representatives. 40 seats they lost. 40 seats they lost.
It's too big a risk. It
was delayed.
It's just too big a risk. You know, the other thing, Grover, the idea, look, I spoke to some very senior Republicans in the Senate who are pushing this idea of several reconciliation bills. They think they're going to get a border bill. I don't know, maybe the defense goes in there, other things. They're going to get that in a couple of weeks in January. No, they're not. You know that. It will take a goodly while to put together even a smaller bill. I mean, again, I use this continuing resolution fiasco as an example. And that's why I say simplify, simplify, simplify. One bill. Walk and chew gum at the same time, okay? They could get a bill out that has all this stuff in it, maybe April, May, okay, June, that's fine. But to your point, that would, first of all, would put money in people's pockets. It would assure them that they would keep the standard deduction and the kiddie credit and the small business deduction, which you point out is so important. Individual people, middle-class people, it's worth, what, a couple $1,000, $2,000, $3,000? That's a lot of money with a 20% Biden inflation problem, right? And put it in with the border stuff. The heavy lifting on the border, Grover, I don't mean to filibuster you, but here's one last point. The heavy lifting on the border is, yes, they need money for the wall and ICE agents, okay, but they can do a lot of executive, the Trump's original executive orders, which Biden repealed, can be reinstated. And nobody, right, these orders include if you cross the border, that is illegal, and you can be, you're a criminal. We can throw you out. And they already have authority to do that. They can make executive authority, and that includes the sanctuary city problem. The laws on the books already permit ICE to go into the sanctuary cities. You see my point? We don't need right away. We can deal with the border issue, and I want to close the border too. I think you do as well. But that's, you're not going to get a big some kind of bill in January. I'm sorry.
Well, and to those people who say, "Oh, this is an easy thing to do,"
right?
I have politely asked, "Show me the bill."
Right. Right.
Show me the bill.
Yes.
Oh, we don't have it yet. There was somebody from a prestigious conservative think tank in D.C. Explaining to other people that this very long, complicated law that they wanted to pass, that hasn't been passed, could be put into reconciliation, and that they were just wrong. They had no idea what this is exactly the sort of thing that people misunderstand what reconciliation is. You can't change laws. As you point out, we really don't need to change much in the way of laws.
That's
Trump
right.
used executive orders quite well. They said they were undone by Biden. Well, you can do them again.
Grover Norquist, the best of the best Americans tax term. Thanks, Grover. Appreciate it.